Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series. We move into the midpoint of October the 12th, 1985. We go to the Cotton Bowl. I believe it's for the Labor Day event, really about a month behind. Polly Stevens opens, singing "God Bless America." I'll leave it alone, as I have mentioned before. I don't agree with the national anthem and the singing before events. It just doesn't make sense to my brain. Never has. Anyway, Killer Brooks against Scott Casey is the opening match here. Brooks out with a chain and a whip, and Gary Hart. Casey, as we know from last week's episode, is moving up the ranks rather abruptly, and this is going to be a bit more of a brawl than we're used to. Understandable as to why, as we are given 3 matches here this week, and kind of 2 more stout guys, 2 more power-based guys going at each other head-to-head, nose-to-nose. Obviously, Gary Hart is very happy with his foray into the 6-man tag team champions, among other things. Things are going to change a lot maybe in that area a little bit as we close the year. But anyhow, we do notice that, the top wrist lock is there. The very basic early moves are there. Gary Hart on the outside in the middle of the Cotton Bowl, not very happy with his man's progress. He believes that his man should be handling Scott Casey much easier than he is, and Casey is making a good accounting of himself. Clothesline right in the throat does change the aspect of the match, and we actually do see Casey go to the outside. Gary Hart gets physically involved, sends Casey into the ringside post, and gets his man back into an advantage. Big body slam there by Brooks. Brooks thinks he's got a victory, and actually does gather himself a victory, and that is after the interference of Gary Hart, followed by the Brooks shoulder breaker, which has been lethal throughout since he's been here, and gains that victory. Then we go to a tag team match. The tag team match, John Tatum and Dave Peterson. And of course, Tatum with Missy Hyatt officially now. We've seen that develop over the last few weeks. But Peterson is a relative newcomer. So him getting a chance to team with Tatum is more filling out the card, I think. Fantastics, of course, always a team that brings the crowd to their feet. And we do see Sunshine, I think, supporting the Fantastics here. Fantastics in bow ties and suit coats and all that good stuff. Always fun to see the Fantastics presentation because it's always, a good time. Tatum is a guy who likes to stall and does stall a good bit here. Kind of see him doing a lot of posing, doing a lot of prancing, a lot of back around. Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, known for good tag team work, and it shows here. Lots of regular tags, arm drags, and staying on the arm specifically of Tatum for the first several minutes of the contest. Missy Hyatt obviously looks very disheveled anytime she is, in a position of watching her man not do very well. Hyatt is, I will say, the bratty nature of Hyatt, a big deal. And, body slams and the like. In terms of getting things going for the Fantastics are there, and the heels kind of do back everything into their own corner. Tommy Rogers comes in, hits the cross arm breaker and the arm bar, and tries to get as much of a advantage as he can. They actually spend several minutes getting the Fantastics, working over the leg, and then we go into head scissors. Fantastics are dominant in this match. I think the idea here is to kind of get potential challengers to move up the card. I don't really know what the deal is anyway. We do see Tatum roll out, talk to Missy for a bit, and they almost do the walk away bit there, and the Fantastics. I wouldn't say begging them to return, but certainly challenging them to return. And Missy sits back down. She's not particularly happy. We notice that Scott or DJ Peterson is, or David Peterson is not necessarily thrilled about getting back in there with the Fantastics. He does it, but there's a little bit, ever so much, if you watch his face, of begrudgingness to it. Peterson, a guy who generally more so the babyface than the heel, so in other territories. So this is a little bit outside his comfort zone. Also being in a tag team in this way might be outside his comfort zone too. A little bit more powerful than Bobby Fulton, and takes over on Fulton. Fulton gets him back down for the chin lock and the side headlock and all that. Fulton does make a hot tag to Tommy Rogers. Rogers comes in, cleans house, drop kicks, arm drags, and the light takes on both members of the team in relatively fast order. And again, Missy Hyatt out there to give advice, fighting amongst the losing team. And Missy manages to do a lot of, for lack of a better term, distraction point. Sunshine comes out, tries to get rid of Missy Hyatt, but Tatum sends Sunshine to the outside. Those two ladies will do battle somewhere down in the future, because Sunshine tries to take every opportunity she can get, but a crossbody by Tommy Rogers and a win for the Fantastics. We move to our main event for the week. Mark Lewin and the Great Kabuki. Interesting combo there. Of course, Kabuki having a history with Gary Hart going all the way back to 1982. Can't believe we're 4 years by the end of all this into the journey of world class. In a total of 86, 87, 88, probably let's say 2.5 more to go, because the merger stuff with the USWA not readily available. So as far as what I can give you, it's up through about Halloween of 88. Mark Lewin tries to stall the match, tries to gain advantages, but we actually see arm bars and wrist locks by Kabuki. That sounds weird, I know, but he does slow the pace of the match down. Lewin biting, scratching, kicking, clawing. Gary Hart has to come in to try to neutralize his man. Both men, Kabuki and Lewin, using nerve holds among other things. Lewin actually gets cast into the turnbuckle and hits his head. Lewin not happy with any of that, so that breaks things down. Lewin causes some ride time with a reverse chin lock. A little bit of a slower match than people were expecting. Kabuki, generally known for his kicks, does cork one when when Lewin's coming to into the corner to try and get him. Gary Hart does distract and try to grab the leg of Kabuki. Hart comes into the ring. This gives Lewin the opportunity to regain the advantage, obviously. And the referee really doesn't seem to do a whole heck of a lot with that. So I don't know if there's kind of like a no disqualification step or what it is. Maybe the referee gets distracted long enough for Gary Hart to run through without, causing any major issues. Don't really know, but Kabuki not looking as strong as he has in past forays. We then kind of see the return of interference from Hart, and Scott Casey tries to come into the foray, and Kabuki turning on Scott Casey and Sunshine. Kabuki laying out Casey with a kick, actually casts Sunshine, throws her to the side. Kabuki with a heel turn and headbutts a referee in the process and other things. So we'll close with that this week here on the World Class Review Series.